Good morning and welcome on this Friday morning. I'll apologise in advance if you are hearing some background noise, just because we've got roadworks right outside the front of the house, which is not good. Well, it will be good, I'm sure, ultimately and in the long run, but is not good in the short term when we're trying to do a video. So I do apologise if you hear lots of background noise with diggers, and we've had jackhammers and all sorts of things going out there this morning. And right on cue, there goes the jackhammer. So yeah, it was very exciting for my grandson yesterday watching them. Not so fun this morning when I'm trying to do a live, but never mind. My name is Helen Jennings and I am the Stampin' Up demonstrator, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, in Northamptonshire, fairly centrally in the UK. So it is lovely to have you join us on this Friday morning. If you're joining me live, do pop on and say hello. It'd be lovely to hear from you. Let me know what you're up to. Yeah, what's giving you a little bit of grief this Friday morning, or whatever time of the day it is for you, wherever you are. And likewise, if you're joining me on catch up, do still pop on and say hello. I do catch up on messages and things. It's lovely to know who's been joining us. And so any questions or anything you have along the way, I would love to try and answer those for you. I'm here to help you in your crafty journey. So yeah, do pop on any questions, things that you have along the way. So let me just bring in a few of these slides. So this is where you'll find my website, loveaduckie.co.uk. And you'll find sort of all sorts of links to, there'll be blog posts and links to shops and links to retired things, links to classes, links to downloads, all over there. That's sort of like the little central hub to go to see all things Love-a-Duckie. So do pop on over there and check those out. I'll do a quick whiz through of upcoming classes we've got. We've got a bingo night this evening, so do come. Probably a bit late to come and join us for that now, but yes, so that will be fun this evening. But do look out for the next one, which will probably be the Christmas one now, but yeah, they do happen fairly regularly throughout the year. They're via Zoom, so do look out for the next one. The Stamper Stack for August is going to be using the Little Dreamer bundle, and that did actually arrive this week, so looking forward to playing with that to create some cards. So 3 cards, we make 2 of each, so 6 cards, 2 each, 3 designs for that Stamper Stack. And you can do that in person. You can have it if you're here in the UK. I can send you a kit out in the post, or eventually I will put up the download for just the class instructions, so that if you're elsewhere in the world and want to get your hands on those, you'll be able to do that as well at some point. So also coming up, we've got a Saturday Stampers tomorrow, so busy weekend. So that's an all-day 10 till 3 in-person event. So that's something to look forward to. Next week we have our monthly card club, which is Eastern. We're going to be using the Eastern Elegant Suite, and that's to create 5 different projects. Again, that's possible to do that in person, and I think I could probably squeeze in 1 or 2 people if necessary. If you'd like to come along in person next week, you could have that as a kit going out in the post, or you again, we'll be putting the instructions up and you'll be able to download those. And our technique class for August, because every month I have a monthly card club class. There's normally a Saturday event of some sort. There's always a Stamper Stack, and there's always a technique class. And this month's technique class, we're going to be playing with the Take Your Pick tool, including the new tips that are now available for your Take Your Pick tool. So that's happening at the end of the month. So that's classes for this month. Some of the things that are going on this month. Oh, what's happening in July? That's the wrong slide, isn't it? That was supposed to be the what's happening in August slide. So let's drop that one down. Let's come up to the some of the things that are happening in August. And one of them is there's a sale on our kits. So up to 30% off. There's 10% off some, 20% off others, and 30% off others. So all of the kits have got sales on at the moment, including the brand new kit that has just become available this week. So lots of gorgeous kits. We'll talk about those a bit more in a minute. The other thing is, if you have during the course of, if you bring this up, during the course of July, you earned some of these bonus day vouchers, now is your time to be spending them. So you can actually start spending your vouchers now. So yeah, if you're putting in an order, then don't forget to add the links for those vouchers. And one more thing to pop up is the mini catalogue. If you let me know whether you want a mini catalogue, I now have my copy, and it's on my desk in front of me, of my September to December mini catalogue. And if you would like to be receiving one of those, do let me know. You can request a catalogue on my website at loveaduckie.co.uk/request-a-catalogue, or just message me and I will get one of those out to you. So let us bring in this downward facing camera where I have got the mini catalogue in front of me. Now, until beginning of September, I am not allowed to open this to show you the inside. I am allowed to show you the front cover. Let's give you a good look at that front cover with the beautiful holly wreath there, with these die cut details on the front of that card. So a lovely, lovely mini catalogue, obviously bursting with all sorts of seasonal loveliness, whether that's Christmas, Halloween, all of those sorts of things, as well as some more generic sets in there as well. But a really lovely mini catalogue that we're going to be able to play with over the upcoming months as we head towards the end of the year and towards Christmas and New Year and Halloween and all of those sorts of things into autumn. I don't know that we've really started summer here yet, but thinking forward towards autumn, all of those things, and you're going to find all of those things in the mini catalogue. And the good news is that you could be ordering from this now as well if you would like to. The easy way to do that is to say, okay, I'm going to sign myself up to get the starter kit, to get all of the bargain that it is in the starter kit. So for the starter kit, you just pay £99 and you get £130 worth of goodies, and your £130 worth of goodies could be coming from this catalogue. Now, obviously, you won't have the catalogue in your hands yet, but if that's something that you are interested in, then do get in touch and I would be very happy to help you to organise that, because you could be ordering today from this mini catalogue if you are signing up. And it sounds a bit scary to say you're signing up to be a demonstrator. You're not signing up necessarily to run lots of classes, to do lives, to do any of that if you don't want to. All it means is that you're becoming a member of the family, becoming a member of the club, and you will get your £130 worth of goodies for £99. You'd get free postage packing on that as it is delivered to you, and then going forward you get a discount on all of your orders. So yeah, it is just being a member of the club. So if you would like to become a member of that club and you want to be ordering today or this week from this mini catalogue, then do reach out to me and we will see how we can make that happen for you and join the family here. If you are here in the UK. But just because we've got a mini catalogue doesn't mean that we are not still playing with things from the annual catalogue, and that's actually what we're going to be doing this morning. We're going to have a bit of a play with some things from here. It's some school summer holidays here, and as you are out and about and looking out the window, I see lots of particularly the boys, sort of pre-teen, teenager boys, out on their wheeled objects, whether that's bikes, scooters, skateboards. So this makes this Fun on Wheels bundle a really great one for that sort of teenage boys sort of type age, which is quite a difficult age to come up with cards and things for. But it's not just for the teenage boys, it's for people of all ages. And yeah, the sort of little samples that we've got in here, could be for anybody really. The nice bright skateboardy one is perhaps quite teenagey. This one has got all the shops on the back, And this one's got those maps on the back. And then, as always, there's another sample in the back with the kits, because it's not just about selling you the items, it's about inspiring you with what you can do. You can see there, that looks like vellum in the background there, that's been stamped with that map sort of image. So yeah, fun on wheels. So we're going to have a bit of a fun play with this today. Here is the actual stamp set. So you've got 2 bikes in here. You've got this larger one here, and then this smaller one, and then you've got a scooter, and you've got a skateboard, and you've got this sort of street map type image that you can be using on your projects, and some great little sentiments. High five, it's a good day to have a good day. At every turn of life may you find adventures, and look at you go. So yeah, so a nice little stamp set, dies to go with it. So you've got your die to cut your skateboard, your scooter, and your bike, or your bikes, because there's the other one. And then you have this frame and these 2 wheels that will come together to make up a little bike, die cut bike that you can use on your projects. So let's just, we won't slip those away. We might want those in a minute. Let's pop those just there for now and bring this back in. So I'm going to start. I'm actually going to do another thing I'm going to show you before we get really started, is I'm going to be using some DSP. Now this might seem a rather bizarre pack of DSP to be using with a fun on wheels stamp set, because it's called Let's Go Fishing. And oh, excuse me, my little things are falling down. And as you can see, this paper does feature lots of fish and flies, fish for your fishing. There's some coloured flies. You've got some watery background there. Got fishing rod. Got some more fish back here. So lots of fishing imagery. So if you're making cards for fishermen in your life, great paper. And obviously it's part of a suite, so you get stamps and dies and things to go with it. But if we flip it, then we've got some great sort of, that's almost like denim look, isn't it? Got some great papers for our more masculine cards. This one is sort of like just a map in the background of the sea. Got this nice check just there, which is really rather lovely. We've got a stripe, and then we've got another check just there. So some fabulous generic masculine type papers, and that is why I'm going to be using some of these papers on my project today. Because although we can make these cards very more feminine, we are going to go down a bit more of a masculine route today. So let me just bring in my trimmer. And I'm actually going to make a long thin card today. So depending on where in the world you are, these will be different in sizes. Obviously I am using A4 paper. I'm here in the UK. I am going to cut this 20 centimeters that way. I'm going to leave it at 21 that way, and then I'm going to score it at 10 down the middle there. Make a nice long thin card which will fit into a standard DL envelope as they are here in the UK. And then I'm going to take this, so it looks like watery waves, but I'm going to go with blue bikes. So this then just becomes a nice blue generic background patterned paper. I'm going to trim 20 and a half. Oh, not that one. That one. That's going to sit on the background there like that. Let's pop that little piece to one side. And I'm going to be stamping this bike just here. So what I do need to know is how wide a strip I'm going to need. I think I'm going to go for a 5 centimetre strip of basic white. So I'm going to cut a 5.5 centimetre strip of Night of Navy. And I'll probably stamp this first and then see how short we want to make that, how much we want to trim that down, depending on our bikes and how they fit across here. So let me take a block for this bike. And I've just grabbed some blues here. Some Night of Navy. Got a few different colours. Thinking I'm going to get 3 bikes along there, so I think I'll go with these 3 colours. So I've got Night of Navy, Azure Afternoon and Boho Blue. And I'm going to put the dark one in the middle and then come out with the slightly lighter colours either side. I'm going to stand for this job. So let's ink up this bike. And going by eye, we're going to put that fairly centrally. To bring in my Stampin' Scrub. Okay, let's turn it round. So I've got my Stampin' Scrub here. I'm going to give it a spritz with my stamping mist. I'll do that to one side so that I don't spray a stamped image. And then we'll give our stamp a bit of a clean on there. And I think we'll come in with the Azure Afternoon. And let's do our best to line that up. I could have done a pencil line across the top bottom, but I didn't. I'm being brave and just going for it. And there we've got an Azure Afternoon bike. Give that a clean. And we'll come in on the other side. Now I'm tapping my stamp around my ink pad because you can sometimes get little sort of dry spots. And if you just tap it up and down in one place, it could be that you don't get an even ink coverage on your stamp. So tapping it around the surface means you're less likely to get a dry spot. Let's just put the lids on those. Let's bring in our mat. And I want to come all the way across there. I think we could, couldn't we? Yeah, come all the way across there. Just going to trim this light of navy piece down to 20.5, and then this piece I'm going to trim down to 20. So let's see, we might have to lose a bit of our bike. Not much. I'm just going to take it up that way a little bit, and that way a little bit. So that's worked out quite nicely on there. We'll sit that on there and that on there, and that can come on the top here. So then we've got bikes going all the way across there. Might have the look at you go. Might be quite a good one for we're coming up to exam results. Might be quite a good sentiment to send to somebody that got good results on their exams. Somebody that's left school, left college, and has just got a new job. Lots of reasons why. You might want to look at you go, or even somebody that, like my granddaughter, who's just learning to ride a bike without stabilizers. It's always quite an exciting time, isn't it? Got quite a nice little sort of rainbow bike. Perhaps I could do a bit of a rainbow effect, or you could certainly get a bit more rainbow if you were doing the die cut bike. I'm going to shape the end of this a little bit. I think the idea of a bit of an arrow for a look at you go sentiment. Let's put glue on the bottom of here. Now this is Tombow in this little bottle. I've just transferred it to this fine tip bottle. Particularly if you just want a little spot of glue. It was particularly useful when I was doing all the flowers last week or earlier in the week. Wherever we are. Look at you go. Now I did just grab out some of this light of navy bordered ribbon as well. I might add in some of that as a slightly different texture as well. So I'm going to stick these two pieces together. Like that. Obviously, if you are making a card using letter size cardstock, you would need to alter up your measurements. And it may be that you'd have to possibly chop the ends off your bike a little bit, but that would still be absolutely fine. Now I'm just going to centralize this on this bit of paper because I'm going to add in some ribbon. I want to wrap it around the back. So let's bring it down. Yeah, I think about there. Just going to take some tear and tape and that's that around the back there. And then having marked that spot there, it'll be slightly easier. To get that lined up. On the bottom here, just using my grid paper to give me a bit of a marker. Let's do that. Bring in my ribbon scissors. I've stuck that down. Let's trim that off. And now I've got my ribbon on there. I will add a bit of glue to the back here. I think my little bottle needs topping up. I think we will lay this down with some dimensionals. Let's take the backs off of here. There we go. So I'll add that in here. It's quite nice to do repeat stamping with sort of different shades of the same colour. So we've just used blue, but we've got some different blues in there. And then we've got our Look at You Go. I think I'll have that just sitting on the bottom here. So it's sort of sitting at the bottom of the stamped piece, slightly overlapping the ribbon there as well. Let's just have that sitting on there. Look at you go. We'll obviously need a bit of basic white in the centre. I'm just going to cut a piece that is 9 centimetres by 20, I think. A bit smaller on both edges. And it will come back in with a Night of Navy bike on here. Could have had it whizzing off to the side, going out of sight. Let's clean this one while we're here. Pop the lid back on there. Use a little bit of tear and tape. No, it's not tear and tape. Stamping seal, wrong adhesive. We'll pop that inside. So say, sort of the great images for those sort of teenagers in your life, particularly, as we say, with exam season and things coming up. A good one to use then. Let's have a little boho blue dot on there. And we'll have a couple others just there. So these are the in colour dots. And we've got that bit of ribbon just there. Nice little bike inside. So relatively simple little card using that paper. As I say, that the fact that we've now put it behind bikes doesn't make you instantly think of water at all. It just is a pattern paper in the background. So some lovely generic patterns in that on fishing pack, or let's go fishing pack. So yes, there's just some repeat stamping in different coloured blues. Make that slimline card. Pop my embellishments away, and then I'm going to bring in another of the papers from the Let's Go Fishing. So on the back of this one, we've got lots and lots of fish. They're not looking very happy, these fish, but then I suspect if you knew you were about to be fished, you perhaps wouldn't be looking very happy. But on the back is this check that's mossy meadow, wild wheat, just really great colours. So I've picked out some mossy meadow card base, and I've got some wild wheat around as well. And I've picked up some mossy meadow, wild wheat, and pecan pie ink. We might want some different colours, I don't know. Those are the ones I've just grabbed for now. Let's bring in our trimmer again. And I think this time we'll make a tent fold card. So I'm going to cut my piece of card. I'm going to put the shorter edge across the top of my trimmer to 10.5 centimetres. Cut that in half. Swing it round and score it in half, which is just short of 14.9. It's actually 14.85 if you want to get it completely in half. Let's use our top of our trimmer to line up those bottom edges and just give that a bit of a burnish. I would use my bone folder if I could find it. Here it is. Just burnish the edge of that to make a nice gatefold, tent fold card. Gatefold is something completely different. A bit of wild wheat here. I think I'll make a matte wild wheat, so I'm going to cut that. So here it's 14.4 by 10. If you're using imperial cardstock, your base will be 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5, and your mat for the top will be 4 inches by 5.25. Here in the UK, here in A4 card size, that's 14.4 by 10. And then we'll have some of this DSP, and we'll bring that down another little notch and make that 9.5 centimetres by 13.9, or it would be 5 inches by 3.75 inches if you were using letter size cardstock. So we've got those 3 colours layering up there. Ooh, might even go on a twist slightly. We'll see. May do them a bit twisted. We'll see how we go. Because then I'm going to take, they're just here, got them out already. I'm going to take the Nested Essentials. I'm using these Nested Essentials more and more at the moment, and I'm going to die cut this large label in basic white. Okay, let's just bring in my mini trimmer, which my grandson was having lots of fun with yesterday. Die cutting petals, fairy house. Just before we created a spaceship. Punches and dies galore it was yesterday. So here we have a label, and I'm actually going to take the scooter for this. Now, I did measure this, so this should fit, yes, on my label. And might go Mossy Meadow, I think. Again, going to stand up. And hopefully get that in the centre. Oh, got a mark around there. That's annoying, isn't it, when that happens? Over inked it, must have rocked it slightly. It is a very juicy pad. It is a new pad, but that's all right. We'll find something to cover that up and have that little label on here. I'll just take some more. The wild wheat cardstock. Because I want some of that behind here. How wide is that? So that's round about 5.5. We'll say 5.5. I think it's about just over 5.4. But we'll go with 5.5. I think that will work in terms of width. I think I'm just going to tear the bottom of this. I know not everybody likes tearing card. And the other thing I've got here is the Stripes 3D embossing folder. So there's splatters and there's stripes in this pair of embossing folders. Because it's a narrow one, I can still use it with my mini cut and emboss. I want a 1 plate and a 4 plate. We'll wind that through there. That will give that a little bit of texture in the back there. Wanting some more Mossy Meadow in there somewhere, I think. I'll just dig about, find some Mossy Meadow pieces. I think I'm just going to stick a little strip each side of that. Let's cut this to around about 10 centimeters. Cut a couple of little, about a centimetre strip on either side. Oh. Run a little line of glue down each side there. One. Two. Let's tear those as well. Bring in some of the wild wheat twine. Oh, there's a little bit just there. My thought is then to bring that around this top corner just here to cover up my boob. Always away. I think I'm going to stick this in place on here and then take it around all of the layers. Let's just run a little bit of glue along there just to help stick that in place. That down there, and we'll stick that on the back just here. We'll do a little knot just there. Use a glue dot to stick that in place. So scrunch my glue dot up a little bit before adding it to the back of that knot. Now, do we want this squiffy? I think I might do it a bit squiffy. We'll have our label on the top, and then we'll have a look at a little sentiment. Might have it's a good day to have a good day. And then across here. Find a little strip of white. and some mossy meadow. Ooh, that was an almighty crunch outside. And to cut off the "It's a good day." Good grief. Not sure what they're doing. Don't know whether you can hear that. Might cut "good day" into two. It's a good day. Where's my "to have a good day" gone? Here it is. And we'll back that. They are being very noisy outside. Really not quite sure what they're doing. It's a good day. And let's just put a bit of glue on the back of here. We'll mat that on some wild wheat card. I'll take my long scissors just because that makes it easier to take a long line, and then to find a long bit of mossy meadow, and we'll back it onto some mossy meadow as well. We'll double back it. It's a good day to have a good day. Right. I'm going to go wonky on the background here because I can, really. No other reason. Let's bring in no, we won't bring in my stamping seal. That one has just finished. We're at the end of the roll. My glue is very definitely on its last legs. So we've got a wild, oh no, I was going to do it wonky. Stop. I'm going to do it so it touches at the top, touches at the side, touches at the bottom, and touches on this side. So it's evenly wonky. And it's falling off the side at me. Let's see. And we'll go same with the paper, but I'll make it wonky so it's reaching the edges of the wild wheat label layer rather than the edge of the card itself. And to take that it goes right up to the top, and I think we'll pop some dimensionals underneath there. Let's use these edge bits. So what happens behind the card stays behind the card. We're not going to see that. I'm just breaking off some of these edge pieces. Could snip them with my scissors, but let's just snip that off. It's going to show on the other side otherwise. So you always want to make sure to use up all your edge pieces of your dimensional sheets. Don't leave any behind. Use up every little last scrap. And to take this so it is level against the top. Oh, where's my mossy meadow strip has moved on that side. How very rude. Let us sort that out. That's better. Much better. And then we've got our have a good day. Which will bring in along the bottom here. Add another dimensional in the center. Oh, let's not put it that way. Let's come this way. It's a good day to have a good day. I think I perhaps should have inked my label up. Bit late to ink it now. Let's come in with, so we'll stick with the in colour dots. Only this time we'll use some wild wheat ones. And you've got 3 different sizes here. One down the bottom there. Just going to find I need to dig about because I've got some things already packed, ready for tomorrow's class. It's got the dark wild wheat stamping blend here. And I'm going to do some splatters on that label because it needs something just to take away a bit of that starkness of that white. So we've used Let's Go Fishing papers and Fun on Wheels stamps. I haven't actually used the dies to create 2 cards with very masculine feel, but that would be great for those sort of pre-teen teenagers in your life. So whether you want to wish them a good day to have a good day, or whether you want to let them know that you can see how well they're doing and look at you go. Yeah, a couple of different cards there. So a really useful little stamp and die bundle. If you do happen to have that sort of age group around you, but equally good for anybody you know who regularly rides a bike or goes out on their skateboard or their scooter around and about town. So I hope that you've enjoyed those projects. Do get in touch if you have any questions. Do let me know if you are interested. Oh, the one thing I was going to talk about is kits, but we'll do that next time. Do check those kits out while they are on sale, particularly if you've got a holiday coming up and want something to take with you, or something to keep you busy. Know somebody that's perhaps in hospital looking for a bit of something just to keep them busy without having to need too many supplies and things. Fabulous kit collection, so do check those out. But in the meantime, do get in touch if I can help you with anything. If you are interested in getting your hands on the Stampin' Up, the September to December catalogue, if you want to get those supplies early by getting your starter kit, do reach out and let me know. In the meantime, have a fabulous weekend, and I will be back with you hopefully very, very soon. So have a lovely weekend, everybody. See you soon.